Definitely true. I was a member of the Glee Club for I don't know how many years. I get that from my mother. My mother, well, actually, no, I get the love of music I get from both my parents because there was always music playing in the house. There was always show music and show tunes, and, my mother almost went to Juilliard.
Nice.
She was a coloratura. She was a soprano. She sang at the 1939 World's Fair, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Yup.
I didn't know that. That's
so
great.
that's where I get my love of music. And my dad always loved show tunes. He was always whistling and singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still remember before I got married. He put on, back in the day when you used to have records, I don't know if you remember records.
Of course I do.
He put on...
45 and 78.
That's right. And he put on this 78 of My Fair Lady, and he played I'm Getting Married in the Morning,
Mm-hmm.
He says, this is just for you, Mark, That was back in the day when people didn't have bachelor parties. You just knew you were getting married the next day, and that was it,
Right.
People, oh, come on.
I grew up in a house with music, but the music that I grew up with was all doo-wop and 50s, 60s. It was my parents. My father was a big doo-wop. I mean, I have his whole collection of doo-wop stuff. It's in a box. I can't bring myself to actually take it out and listen to it because if I do, it
well, let me tell you, those records are irreplaceable now, and they cost a small they're worth a small fortune. My friend actually has his record collection, a rather extensive record collection, in temperature-controlled storage, because otherwise they warp,
Right.
And, what can I say? But, I mean, when I say I grew up in a house with music, I mean, aside from the show tunes, I loved rock and roll and doo-wop.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's, when I get into my car, I put on Sirius Channel 5 or Channel 6. Occasionally I'll put on Channel 7 because, you do have some good songs from the 70s, but, nothing in comparison to, as far as I'm concerned, except for like Billy Joel and, Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears and,
I like Channel 6, mostly because Cousin Brucey is on it, and I
hate him. He's such a phony. I can't stand him.
Yeah, but on the radio, he's different. I actually, when I worked in the city, I was on the train, and I was standing because I guess there was no seats, or I don't know why I was standing, and I was standing right in front of a man that was sitting, and I'm like, this guy looks so familiar, and he got off the same stop with me at 50 at Rockefeller Center, and it turned out it was Cousin Brucey.
Oh, maybe you didn't recognize him because he was wearing a different hairpiece,
Probably. No, you're right. But I actually did.
Look, if you wore a headpiece, I wouldn't think anything.
My father used to sell his mother chickens in East New York.
Really?
Yeah. When my father was in the live poultry line, when they used to slaughter the chickens right there, it's like a lobster. You go pick out your lobster and you take it home. And people used to come in and pick out a chicken, and they would, kill the chicken and take the feathers out and everything. That's what the old. Well, you grew up in a I guess an Orthodox kosher home, So you know what they used to do. That's what they used to do on Thursday or Friday, so they can make their chicken soup and stuff. And
just leave it.
Well, yeah, and then you had, if you lived in the Bronx, you had Colin Powell was the Shabbos Goy. He used to go around to all the Jewish homes, the Jewish people, the ultra-Orthodox. They wouldn't shut their lights or shut their ovens and stoves and everything. And he would
have to come, right.
Exactly. He would turn it on or shut it off or whatever. And people paid the person to do this,
Right.
He wrote about that in his autobiography,
If that's not...
And otherwise, listen, Felix, I'm going to have to end, I'm calling it a night. Got to rest my voice before I start coughing again. Elisa, you be well.
I will,
and
take you.
Take care of yourself, and good luck at the doctor tomorrow. Maybe you'll give us a call on Friday and let us know how it went. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Felix, I will speak to you.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Okie doke.
All right.
I'll leave the two of you to your own devices.
All
right.
And you feel better.
Thanks. Take care.
To our own indiscretions.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
That's it, really. Oh, one other thing. I wanted to tell when Mark was on the phone, before I forget, I plugged your show again with my class that I take on Wednesdays.
Yeah, and what do they think of it?
I had them listen to the show. I guess it was how many times did I talk to Chad? Just once, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was the show that they were listening to. I had them listen pretty much to the whole thing. I mean, I skipped some parts, but they found it very interesting. I have to give them again the all the information because they do want to listen in. They said they'll definitely listen. I don't know if they're going to call. Maybe they might. But they said that they found it very impressive, and they were impressed with the things that I was saying. And I was like, well, you guys taught me,
Yeah.
What can I tell you? Whatever I said is what I was taught at this class. I mean, yes, I knew the religion beforehand, too.
Who's your teacher?
It's this guy that is a parishioner of the church. He used to teach CCD. He's very knowledgeable with the religion. What he does is he has a plan that he does before he comes, and he prints it all out and word for word, and we discuss whatever it is. During Easter time, we talked about Jesus and the resurrection and all that. One class, the last class, or two classes before, we discussed the rosaries. Tomorrow, I'm assuming we're going to talk about Ascension Thursday, being that it's this Thursday. So, I mean, we get into deep conversations and all that.
Too bad he doesn't want to call in and go at it with, oh boy.
With Chad?
With Chad, yeah.
I don't know. I did mention it to him. I'll ask him again tomorrow, and I'll give them all the information. I'll give them the phone number, and I'll give them ccradionetwork.com. Yeah. Tell them to go on it.
Yep.
I know my sponsor said she definitely wants to do it.
Okay. He won't be on this Friday. I know that.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know, you see, Mark enjoys it a lot, and so do I. But he, you know, after a while, to me, we need a break from him a little bit. You know.
Well, he can get very eccentric with his beliefs.
Yeah, he is. But
if that's the right word to say.
I don't know, but he believes in what he preaches. I mean, he's an evangelist.
Now, is he a born-again Christian, or is he, like, what is he?
A born-again Christian.
He is a born-again Christian. Okay.
Yeah. What did you think he was?
I have no idea. I really didn't know what he was. I didn't know if he was this evangelist. Like, I know he's not an evangelist, but something. I don't know. I just didn't know what he was. I know he used to be Catholic because he does say that he was into Catholicism, and then he changed over.
Yeah. And his parents don't agree with him. Among other people, think he's crazy. He admits that. So, you know, he's pretty much, you know, he's pretty much straightforward, you know.
Well, that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are. I mean, they try.
He's not a Jehovah's.
They try to change you.
He's not a Jehovah's.
What?
He's not a Jehovah's Witness.
What is he? Oh, born again. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah. I meant born again. But you know, born again Christians and Jehovah's Witnesses, they like to try to manipulate the mind of the person. You know, they want you to believe that only you could be saved by their way and that not the other way.
You know, that's what they believe. You know, you know, let them. To me, it doesn't matter. You know, whatever they believe, that's up to them. You know, I don't have to believe or not believe in what they say.
Absolutely.
But I definitely, respect him for his knowledge. He knows the Bible very well, and he knows a lot about the other religions.
Mhm.
So he's definitely well learned.
And he's young.
Yes. Yeah. He's like 38 years old.
You know, what is he? He's in his 30s, right? Isn't he like 35?
36, 38, or 38, I don't remember. Yeah, but he's definitely young.
Right.
And, you know, I guess he's self-educated from what I gather.
Mhm. Yeah, he sounds it. I mean, it doesn't sound like he's one of these guys that's off the street that preaches.
No.
He's definitely knowledgeable.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot of smarts when it comes to the Bible.
Right.
And as I said, he knows the Quran. He seems to know parts of the Quran. You know, I don't know what other religions he knows, but you know. Anyway, I think it's time to.
Well, I think I'm gonna cut this now because I gotta go take some pills.
Yeah, but.
And then I'm gonna try.
Yeah, feel better. You know, I say feel better.
Oh, thank you.
We'll
maybe what I'll do is I'll give you a call. Maybe I'll give you a call tomorrow and let you know what he says.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a call.
All right. And I'm glad that your wife is doing good too. I heard in the beginning of the show.
She seems to be doing better. You know, she's got a long way to go, but she's doing better.
Good.
That's all you can hope for.
Exactly.
Anyway, listen, getting late. I gotta go to work tomorrow, so the show is